After groups have had a discussion about what surprised them on the way to school, first in their small groups, second as the classroom, the next thing is for us is to pull together some type of reading, or even taking a sentence or two out of a reading that might be of interest. And so what we want to do is we want to model for students the type of thinking that goes on in our minds when we are reading nonfiction. So for example, using these two sentences from the life and the times of the honeybees, Pilgrims brought the first honeybees to America, and by the 1850s, honeybees had flown to California. We're going to write up for them on the whiteboard, chalkboard, using a document camera, what our surprises were. And you know, the first thing I surprised is with this is that I didn't realize honeybees were not native to America. I was also made me question how did they ship the honeybees from Europe to the Americas? Were they kept in hives? Did they have some other way that they need to bring them over? How did they keep crew members from getting stung? How did they feed the honeybees, or what food sources were provided for them? Since there was no honeybees, does that mean Native Americans didn't have honey? So in doing this, we can have a discussion and we can model for students our thinking about questions that come up in our mind. So once we have demonstrated this, then the next thing is to pull out an article for students to use. In this module, in this unit, I was using the vampire bats of Panama. And so what I would do is I'd have students begin to mark the text. So as they read through, in the margins on the side, they would write exclamation points or questions or things that surprise them. And it's also important to explain to students that it doesn't have to be some big overarching idea or huge surprise. It could be something small. What the key thing with this lesson is that we want students to start to develop a questioning mind and think about being surprised, because then if they're thinking about being surprised, then as they come across information and they are surprised, that will help make the experience more memorable, and that's what we want students to do.